Let's just say our names and then we're talking about Sideways Foundation.
We'll say our names and then move on to the.
Wait, is that already starting?
Yeah, it's all good. No, we can cut it. We need to cut it.
The price is way too high. You need to cut it.
Hey, this is Sideways Foundation. I'm Kyle.
Tyler.
Hayden.
Lydia.
And today we're going to be telling you about Sideways Foundation. So, we are going to be located in Auburn, California. We're really going to be centralized around snowboarding, surfing, and skating, and really, providing kids with great experiences and social building activities.
So our mission is to inspire child development by having fun and making friends while engaging in sideways sports. Through participation in snowboarding, surfing, and skateboarding, we can really teach our participants how to maintain healthy lifestyles, like fitness-wise and stuff, so they can lead nutritional lives. And then they can help build social skills by being at the skate park, riding chairlifts with people who they don't know and getting to know them, or surfing and meeting people out on the waves, and then passing on knowledge from our coaches onto our kids.
All right, so welcome to the team. First we got Hayden Noble. He's our general manager. So he basically is just going to ensure our daily operations. They're going to be running smoothly, and he's always providing us with new ideas. Secondly, we have myself. I'm the head professional, and I'm also the coordinator. And so I'm going to be responsible for coordinating all athletics. And then we have Kyle Spencer here. He's our maintenance director. So his job is to direct his team to keep the facilities clean. He's going to keep them safe and keep them updated. And then lastly but not least, our accountant, Lydia. She is responsible for all finances. She's going to ensure all transactions are successfully being completed, and be aware of any mistakes made on either end of transactions.
Okay. So next we have our market analysis, and basically this is going towards children and young adults aged 6 to 17 and their parents are our target market. And some competition we have in this industry is Woodward Tahoe, which provides winter and summer skateboard, snowboard, BMX, and photography, and 2-week-long training camps. And then more competition we have in the area is Camp of Champions, which provides winter and summer snowboarding camps at the world-famous Whistler Blackcomb Ski Resort in British Columbia. And another one is High Cascade, which is summer-only snowboarding, skateboarding, and photography camps. High Cascade provides additional fun activities such as dodgeball, hiking, mountain biking, and whitewater rafting. And then our last competition is Revert Foundation, and through participation in snowboarding, surfing, and skateboarding, they promote active, healthy lifestyles. And they operate out of Grass Valley, and Revert will be a competition with our market for their market share.
So we're going to offer a couple different services and programs. The first one being the Skateboarding Grums. It's going to be for kids ages 5 to 17 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 3 to 6. And we'll meet at the skate park in Auburn, and we're going to have some cool lessons and training sessions for them. The next one is going to be the Snowboarding Jibbers. It's kind of like the skateboarding program, and that will offer it, a couple days a week. And we'll be meeting at Squaw Valley, and we're having some really fun times with our kids. The last one is the Surfing Grommies. It's actually going to be a week-long program. Saturdays, or drop your kid off on Saturday, pick them up on Sunday. We're going to meet in Santa Cruz, and we're going to have a cool camp and a bunch of surfing instructions.
And I'll talk about the winter camp. So basically our snowboard winter camp is for kids ages 5 to 17. We offer a 5-day overnight camp during the 2018 season. We haven't had our first one yet. From January 1st to January 5th. Basically, it's you drop your kids off between 8 and 9 in Auburn. We have our vans take them up to Tahoe, and we go to 4 different resorts within 5 days. So we go to Squaw Valley on the first day, North Star. I lied, 5 different resorts in 5 days. Squaw Valley, North Star, Mount Rose, Heavenly, and then Sierra Tahoe, and then we come back to Auburn this day after we ride, or the day that we ride Sierra Tahoe, and meet the parents, and you guys pick them up at about 7 o'clock.
All right, so our marketing and sales. First off, social media. Our target market's going to be teenagers, and we're going to reach out through Facebook, Twitter, our website, our blog, and Instagram. We're also going to pass out flyers, and then for the flyers, our target market's going to be kids and teens. We're going to hang these flyers around skate parks, ski resorts, and schools. We're going to present at school assemblies. Assemblies are going to be at elementary, middle, and high schools, and we're going to talk about these programs. And then we are also going to market through billboards. And this target market is going to be for parents driving by. And one of our main billboards is going to be on the I-80 in Auburn.
So here are our estimated startup costs. So for example, we have rent. I don't know what that says. Let's see. Improvements, passenger vans, snowboards, skateboards, furniture, surfboards, and helmets, and advertising. So these are just the equipment we need to start up. I don't really know what to say. Yep.
All right, so here's our cash flow analysis. Coming in, we're going to have some profits from competitions, camps, trainings, and donations. And our expenses going out are going to be our payroll, marketing, gas, insurance, utilities, rent, loan interests, legal fees, office supplies, food, capital expenses, and other expenses. So as you can see, our starting cash increasingly goes up for every month after our in and out. So it goes up pretty consistently throughout the whole time. The only main differences were our first one here, we had $3,000 come in just because that was our shoulder season between our summer camp and our snow camp. Secondly, as you see here for donations, we had a major donation from our mayor, Phillips, after a successful training with his son. He really enjoyed it. And then lastly, we had a major marketing outreach for our summer camps. So we received $1,800 rather than our usual around $600.
Sweet, and to talk about the break-even analysis, basically we just have all of our variable expenses and then fixed expenses, and we also have expected number of participants. So the most that we're going to allow is the expected numbers of participants. So we expect to be sold out, and that's why our profit margin is so high compared to a lot of other companies and their profit margins. But as you can tell, for our winter camp and stuff like that, our profit margins are very high, so we're making a lot of money off of each different service that we provide. And the skateboarding and the snowboarding camps are huge because they're really cheap, but they're really inexpensive to run. So we're basically just profiting from other than payroll, we're profiting the rest of the money for each month of each child.
So when we talked about the income statement, this is for financial year 2017. As you can see, we had $66,000 in gross sales, and we had about $1,000 in returns. Some of the expenses we had was, of course, payroll, marketing, gas, insurance, utilities, rent, all the basic stuff that you can think about when you're thinking about cost for a business. And those equaled right around $47,000. So we came in with about 22 grand at the end of the year.
All right, so for the balance sheet, this pretty much just shows our total assets and total liabilities. Basically, you can see our assets are fairly high compared to our liabilities. They actually, our assets are really high compared to our liabilities, so we're in good shape. All right, so with the ratios, this just shows the comparison of our liquidity ratios, profitability ratios, and debt ratios compared to the industry. With our liquidity ratio and profitability ratios, we're not in very good shape compared to our industry, and we will definitely work on that in the future. But our debt ratios are a lot better compared to the industry that we're in. So that's pretty much it for the PowerPoint and our financials and stuff. But we'll talk about our questions next.
So one of the first questions we've received was, as an extreme sports foundation, what sorts of contracts does your company have with the mountain resorts, beach resorts, and skate parks in order to use their facilities? And actually, our foundation has been able to set up a group account with several ski resorts around the United States. And because of the guaranteed business of several visitors to their ski resorts, they're actually able to give us a low group rate. And this rate fluctuates depending on the number of attendees, meaning not only does the higher occupancy levels increase our revenues, but a higher level of campers lowers our group rate expenses to the ski resorts. And then as far as beaches and skate parks, for the most part, these are free and open to the public, so then we are just able to use them because we're a foundation.
Alright, so another question we received was, are there ways that I can reduce or avoid some small fees that I'll pay, such as purchasing the investment directly? After all fees are paid, how much does this investment in Sideways Foundation have to increase the value before I break even? So the prices, they are non-negotiable. However, we do want to help limit, Sideways Foundation activities to kids that cannot pay for the camp. So we provide two alternatives. First off, we have the flexibility to offer a payment plan for our campers. So this would set up a 6 month to 1 year in advance, and they would pay as they go. For our campers working age, we would provide a volunteer program where the campers would exchange work hours for discounted prices on camp. And this can go all the way up to fully comp the camp, as long as they don't exceed volunteer hours over the price of the camp. And this must be set up prior to the beginning of the camp, and they're going to go through an interview process to be able to get this benefit.
So for the third question, it was asked, as a public investor, considering your low startup costs, would this be a good financial investment myself? How will this investment make me money? Considering our low startup costs and high profit margins, it's clearly a good financial investment. Our profit margin shows that each of our programs make a lot more money than they cost, and from any business perspective, that is a good investment. But depending on what the investment is and what the contracting investment is, it's either going to be like a monthly, percentage of gross sales, or maybe even a percentage of the company.
Sweet. And for our last question, we were asked, what are the costs to buy, hold, and sell the investment? And will the investor have to pay taxes on the money earned? Basically, depending on the contract of the investment, the price will vary. So our startup cost was about $56,000. If you cover 100% of that, then we'll give you 15% of our company, and you'll receive 15% of our profits. Of that 15%, yes, it will be taxed because we are not a nonprofit or a foundation, even though that's in our name. But we're still making profit off of our services and stuff. If you cover 50% of our startup costs, we'll give you 5% of the company, so you will receive 5% of the profit. Same thing with the taxes and everything. But there is a little incentive in there to pay for the full startup costs and get the 15% compared to just 5%, or and partnering with another company, and then we only give away 10%. Basically, you would receive more money if you invested a little bit more. So that's all we have. That's the questions, and good semester, Lloyd.
Thank you for listening.
So,